Hi there. So I wanted to share with you today a tool that you can use to understand or better understand the behaviors that you exhibit and that you see in other people around you, whether they're friends, family members, or colleagues at work. If you're like me, you will love tools that are easy to use and a bit of fun on reflection to do. I've used a fair few options of mapping and they're all great. This one grabbed me the most because it's so easy and straightforward to use. I did this work 3 or 4 years ago when I first learned about it, and it was one of the best things I did to understand myself and those around me. Before I launch into telling you what the 6 human needs are and the best way of doing this exercise, I wanted to share with you some thoughts around behavior. A really good way of looking at how behavior drives performance is with a quite straightforward flowchart model. So essentially, how we behave will drive an input. Everything we do will then create an input into a system, whether it's a work system, whether it's a social system, whether it's a social interaction. And then for every input, we know that we get an output, we get a reaction. Because we do something, something else happens. That's deep rooted in science. And then if you're in an industry like our industry that loves to look at these, every output will then drive a statistic. So to understand that if you want to change an output or change a statistic that you're seeing, sometimes changing the behavior is the best way of thinking about it. And one thing that I champion with leaders all the time is that how we behave is driven by essentially two things: what we think and how we feel. So what we think drives how we feel drives how we behave. To look at the behaviors in a slightly different way, we can look at these 6 human needs. Tony Robbins champions this work and tells us there are 6 needs that we fulfill on a regular basis. The needs are certainty. We do 2 things on this planet as human beings. We avoid pain and we seek pleasure. Back in our cave person past, avoid pain would have been attacked by a wild animal or a warring tribe. Pleasure would have been food, a place to live, or a mate. Because the stuff that would give us pain was game over stuff, it would kill us, we became more hardwired to avoid pain than we are to seek pleasure. It's why you might have conversations at home such as, where's the remote control? I haven't got it. Not really what I asked you, was it? But the second person senses danger. You might think I've got it, you might think I've hidden it or lost it. I'll get that cleared up first and then we'll seek the pleasure of finding the remote control. It helps us to understand social interactions. Certainty is the assurance that we can both avoid pain and seek pleasure, the routines we set into, the patterns we have. But if we always knew what was going to happen all the time, life would get pretty boring. So the second human need is one of variety or uncertainty, the need for change, the need for new stimulus, the need for things happening that we didn't know were going to happen before. We then look at the next human need of significance, the need to feel unique, important, special, or loved. And which brings us nicely on to the connection need. The connection or love need is the need to feel a strong union or closeness with someone, some people, or something around us. The last 2 are what Tony Robbins calls the needs of the spirit, the need for growth, an expansion of capacity, capability, or understanding. And then finally, the need for contribution, a sense of service and focus on helping, giving to and supporting others beyond ourselves. These human needs are a really good way of looking at and understanding the things we do on a daily basis and why we do them, and also looking at other people and to better understand why some people do the things that they do.